Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode. This is episode 18 of the Bento Boxcast, the most animeist podcast of all the internet. Like always, I'm Hector, and of course, I'm joined by the greatest, the most beautiful, the handsome, the most creative, the sex icon, Rafa.
Wow, thank you.
You like that?
You're making me blush, honestly.
The most animeist guy I know. So there's that. But also, guys, we're here coming at you on whatever audio platform you may so choose. We got you covered on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or any other platform associated with Anchor.com. But of course, you'll find us at our home base, our main girl, our club room, YouTube.com. Just look up the Bento Boxcast and you'll see our iconic logo. Click the link, you'll know, it'll go straight there. But in every episode, you guys have the power. The viewers have a chance to add some topics, suggest some talking points for us to discuss. And the only way to have that happen, guys, the only way is if you tweet at us at the Bento Boxcast, to our personal Twitters at ultra_vn, which is mine, and of course Rafa's, which is me talk anime, or you join our Discord. The link to everything will be in the description down below, so feel free to chat with us and get involved in our community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And now with that little intro, hope you guys like that, out of the way, Rafa, it's time. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is going to be one hell of an episode. This one's going to be jam-packed. I think I'm super excited for this one because, I mean, I've already dipped my toes in it, you know. I already said, let me test the waters. And boy, oh boy.
Is it good?
It's a real good, nice and warm. It's ready for you. I made sure you had the right temperature for you. You know, I wanted to make sure you felt comfortable, you know?
Oh, thank you. Because unlike you, I haven't really jumped in yet. You know, I'm still at the edge of the pool. You know, I haven't dipped my toes just yet. I just ate, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get a
You
cramp.
gotta wait that 30 minutes.
I gotta wait those 30 minutes before I jump into the pool. But I'm excited to jump off that diving board. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Okay.
I have my picks ready of what I'm looking forward to this season.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait for us to talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
What? Well, guys, I know you want to get into it as quickly as possible, and honestly, so do I. So we're just gonna go straight into the new segment, Rafa, because guess what? Unfortunately, this week none of the homies came through, but it's okay. You want to know why? Because we're gonna come through for them.
Of course. Nothing on the Twitters. I know the YouTube comments were dry, but nothing on the Twitters, huh?
You know what? It doesn't really seem like it, but I will say one positive thing is that we've been getting a lot more impressions on Twitter, right? We've been getting a lot more retweets. We've been getting a lot more likes. People are getting their eyes on us, and we appreciate you guys so much for that. So definitely keep it up because we're excited for it.
For that shares, for the support. We love y'all for all that. And by the way, Hector, you know what? I'm gonna throw you an audible here. I'm gonna switch things up on you a little bit here. We have a Discord. You know what I'm saying? We have a Discord. I don't know if you listeners out there knew this or know this, but we have a Discord and we have a new member of the Discord. I'm gonna give him a shout out. You know what, Hector? I'm gonna shout them out because I love giving out shout outs. But I just can't just shout out anybody. Y'all gotta give me a reason to give you that shout out. Y'all gotta give Hector the reason to give that shout out. You know what I'm saying? We give that shout out when you comment, when you tag on stuff on Twitter, things like that. But unfortunately, y'all too busy for us. They got their big boy pants on this week. Hector. You know what I'm saying? They're too good for us. They're Hollywood. They're going to Hollywood on us, right? But you know who's not Hollywood? Who's not too big for their bitches yet?
Talk to me.
The newest member of the Discord family, Evie.
Ooh.
What is up? It's at Hearts, Evie Hearts. They joined yesterday as we record this. Welcome to the Discord. If you're listening to this, we do see you there. Welcome. Enjoy your stay, and can't wait for everybody else to go ahead and get in that Discord with us.
Yeah. Pull up to the Kutatsuto and talk your talk. Talk some anime. Very excited for that. But like I said, guys, it's that time. We're already there. We're just gonna jump straight into it, guys. It's 10:18 p.m. and it's time for the news. Rafa, this one, I kept a surprise from you because I wanted to see your impression on this. So,
okay,
I'm just gonna go with the banger one. The first one, The Promised Neverland, Demon Slayer, and a few other mangas have gone on record from Viz Media and said that they will be releasing bonus chapters to said manga. Now, the reason why this is crazy is because I have a lot of pent-up anger with some of these endings. I mean, okay, so Demon Slayer, 1,000% very angry with that one. Very, very angry with them. So I hope that this bonus chapters essentially kind of fix what my problems were with it. And I can't dive too deep into it, guys. Unfortunately, because Rafa, he's a super mega fan, so I don't want to ruin it for him. Because essentially it does ruin if I go into detail with it. And Promised Neverland, I did like the ending. I thought it could have been a little bit better, so hopefully they kind of elaborate on it. It does not do what Demon Slayer did to the ending of it. So Promised Neverland is still that show. So definitely look forward to that. But yeah.
So is these bonus chapters canon? Like, are they actually going to continue the story where they left off, or is it going to be like a side story? Is there any info on that? Do you know?
Yeah, so the info that was released was only on the Promised Neverland, and it's essentially just like special side stories and some one-shots that'll like go off of the ending. So like it'll do like a fast forward in time, for example, like, oh, this is where you saw them then, and this is them 5 years later. Kind of stories like that, just to see like the full extent of how each manga, each story kind of developed.
Like an epilogue.
Yeah, essentially it's an epilogue. However, some of
That's
them,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really dope, which is what I like. However, some of these are more like one-shot special side stories. So like, for example, they gave one that said it's the first shot and focuses on Rei in Promised Neverland. So it's like you get mini stories, and then some of them are going to be like a mini epilogue. And it said the first one for Promised Neverland is going to be a 19-page spread. So a pretty decent-sized chapter. Most of them go around the 25 to... They actually had 25 or under pages, so this is going to be kind of a shorter bonus chapter. But again, it's a bonus chapter, so anything is better than nothing, in my opinion. So
right.
So I'll take it. But I would love a deeper epilogue for Demon Slayer specifically. And... Promised Neverland, I think it ended off pretty fine. I wouldn't be mad at an epilogue, but side stories are still great. I would still, be interested in seeing these. It's just something that I would want to just read, I think, in general. So
right, to explore more of that world. For those listeners who know what we're talking about, right? Just to know what else could be told, what other stories could be told in that specific world, in that crazy dark world that is in that show or the manga itself. So that'll be really, really, really cool to see. And and even that's even getting me even more excited, because you know what? Maybe they might even turn those bonus chapters into bonus episodes for the anime.
I did not even think about that. Big brain, Rafa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they call me Einstein for a reason, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard with that one, I'm not going to lie, but I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Guys, and finally, the last thing that I kind of want to talk about, and it's in the realm of anime movies, Rafa. Recently, Kyoto's Animations of Violet Evergarden, the movie, announced on Monday that it had the film earned in general, it surpassed 1.117 billion yen, which is around the $10.5 million mark here in the U.S. So clearly, anime movies are profitable. No duh, right? Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm excited about it means that, I have not been one to watch Violet Evergarden before. I've had this recommended. I've been recommended this plenty of times, and I mean, hearing you say it, it's good. means I should probably watch it. But just knowing that it's going to be something that will potentially come to the U.S., and then when we get to watch it, hopefully whenever everything's kind of going back to normal and things are starting to open up again, hopefully we get that chance to watch it in theaters, because from seeing what I'm seeing, like, it's getting great reception from a lot of the viewers, and as well as just making tons of money. So I can't wait to see it here. And I know there's a huge fan base here in the U.S. for the Violet Evergarden series. So I'm really interested to see how this does, and just other movies that we've seen, like, for example, the Demon Slayer movie and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I want these anime movies to come into theaters, because I loved seeing My Hero movies in theaters. I love seeing the Dragon Ball Super movie in theaters. Like, I want to see more anime in theaters. So I'm just really excited for it all.
More reason to go to the theaters.
Exactly.
And especially with something with like Violet Evergarden, one of like the main points why people love this anime is because just how beautiful it is. The animation is top tier, like S plus tier. Like, the animation is beautiful. Some people just watch it just for the visuals. But the awesome thing about Violet Evergarden, on top of it being such a beautiful anime, having such beautiful animation, it tells a really sweet, melancholy at times story about the main girl and the people around her. So it's just a really top tier, heart string pulling type of anime. Like, this anime will make you cry. It definitely made me cry.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, this is this one specific episode that made me cry. And I remember it was episode 8 of the first
Wow,
season.
you even know the actual episode. Okay, cool.
Yes, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Damn. Okay, I'm actually that even piqued my interest even more. Cool. Okay, so I mean, yeah, that just goes to show, if Rafa has such high praise for it, then the movie is definitely gonna slap. I mean, seeing, like I said, it made a ton of money, and I mean, it's just, I'm excited for it. I want more anime movies in theaters. I just want the ability to go again. That's my biggest thing. But just in general, to see more anime there. So very, very excited for that. Great to see that it's making big money, and hopefully those big money moves reach over here and we can see it as soon as possible. But Rafa, that was really it. That was all I had for the news segment. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Nice.
And, man, I know I said I was going to give myself a breather, but I need to jump into this, Rafa, because
go ahead, dude.
We said we were going to talk about this last time, right? We said in the last pod, we're going to talk about the summer 2020 season, our impressions, our discussion, our review of the entire season.
But the thing is, yes, but come on, man. You know you gotta talk about Rent a Girlfriend. And Rent a Girlfriend is such a beloved anime here that we couldn't have it share the spotlight with all the other anime. You know what I'm saying?
You're so right, and that's why we saved it for this episode, because honestly, this entire episode that you guys are listening to today, whatever day it might be, is about the summer 2020 season. And, of course, the new upcoming season coming along. But we can't jump the gun too fast. I need to talk about summer 2020 because, Rafa, I came to a realization that I actually tweeted about a bit ago on our Twitter. I think there is a real contender for the #1 spot of the summer 2020 anime season.
As in?
I think Re:Zero season 3, I think it's season 3. Regardless, the new season of Re:Zero, I honestly think it's a 10 out of 10. And
the one that just passed?
Yes, the one that just passed. I think it's a 10 out of 10, and I gave Rent a Girlfriend a 9 out of 10.
Oh my goodness. Explain yourself now.
So, hear me out. Not that I didn't have high expectations for the Re:Zero new season, but I did have expectations, but they weren't very, very high. I loved season 1 and the original seasons that came out. I don't know if there was more than one. I think it was just one. Regardless, right? The seasons that were up before the newest one that came out, I loved them, but I wasn't like in there. Like, I wasn't just like fully immersed in there. And then when this came out, dude, I was on my on the edge of my seat, just waiting for the new episode to come out every week, because not only did it escalate even further, but Subaru, which is the main character, kept getting more and more character development. A lot of what people were wanting to see, for example, the witches and things like that, we kind of got more information on. We kind of got to see, we got to put a face to the witches' names, essentially, and like, boy, oh boy, was all that season insane. We got some great character development for Subaru. We got to see his parents, which was something insane. We got to see so many things about so many different characters, and a lot of things that my mind was blown about that exceeded any expectation I had. It was truly fantastic. And actually, funny enough, while being immersed in this universe of ReZero, I stumbled upon like a YouTube channel and Twitter feeds where they would discuss like things that were kind of left out of the anime season and the show in general. And they said, hey, the reason why this doesn't make too much sense is because of this. So it would give you guys backstory on how any of this made sense. And then when you would watch it, you're like, oh, dude, holy, kamoli, whatever you want to use there.
Yeah, kamoli. I like it.
Sure, yeah. It was like, dude, wow. It like put everything in perspective, and you're like, this is insane. And I think that because I don't really read the manga or the light novel for ReZero, like a lot of this news is like crazy to me. Unlike Rent a Girlfriend, where like up around episode 8 or 9, I just kind of just went full off the deep end and just started reading the manga. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. ReZero just really, really, I enjoyed every aspect of it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Of course, there were scenes like kind of like when Kazuya just went full stalker, full douchebag, like that I didn't like in ReZero with Subaru. But like, man, like the show, I'm really, really excited for it to continue. I have no idea if it's going to continue into the fall season, if it's going to continue in spring. I don't know. But I wanted to come back so badly because it left on such a beautiful cliffhanger. And just, bruh. Like, that's literally just, my reaction at the end was like, bruh, like, I can't wait. And so I honestly give it a 10 out of 10. And it's because I didn't have all the information. And when I got all the information, I was like, holy cow, like, this is insane. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just the show in general really kind of surprised me, and I was really happy with it. While Rent a Girlfriend was fantastic, I was definitely waiting for every episode. I think there was more episodes that I was unhappy with than episodes that I was, super excited and ecstatic about, compared to ReZero, where I was more. I think there was like maybe one episode that I was like, all right, man, this episode's kind of drags. But with like Rent a Girlfriend, I got like maybe 2 episodes, and then like obviously the not enough development for Sumi-chan, and it kind of felt rushed. But compared to ReZero, I felt like everything was kind of paced somewhat well. Just a lot of the negatives were kind of positives in ReZero, or they weren't as many negatives in ReZero essentially. So I think that's honestly my number one pick for the last season, summer 2020. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a shocker, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm gonna plant the flag here, and I'm gonna die on this hill.
Wow. I don't even know who you are anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm not amazed. I'm not really that surprised because, I tried watching ReZero and I ended up dropping it, but I mean, it sounds, the way that you're praising it, the way the internet praises it, because it's not just a you thing, Hector. Like the whole internet is just like ReZero. Like, they're apparently this season's just a banger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just top tier. So it's not just Hector saying what he's saying, beautiful listeners. It's the internet. It's the overall consensus. Is that the word? Right? Hopefully I'm using the word correctly.
Consensus, yeah.
Yeah, is that ReZero is that show. It's the show of the summer, pretty much. So, I'm sticking to Rent a Girlfriend. That's not going to change for me. Rent a Girlfriend's still my thing at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Out of everything else that I've saw. And unlike Hector, see, that's the thing that it kind of I don't say it kind of sucks but that like I'm kind of at fault is that this summer season I wasn't really into that much of anime. It was Rent a Girlfriend hands down, but other than that, it was like what it was Fire Force, and Fire Force kind of it wasn't as good as I wish it was. Deca Dance was great also, but like it. Other than that, I wasn't really into anything else this season. But with a little preview, because I don't know if you remember this, Hector, but back when we started this season, the summer season, we both had a list of things that we were gonna check out, right?
We did, yes, we did.
Yes, and we had about five each.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had five because we put a limit on five. I'm not 100% sure if we did that or not. This season, fall season, we didn't discuss having a limit, so I just kind of picked out the shows that I'm interested in, and I have like at least 10 that caught my eye.
Okay. Well, honestly, I will admit the summer season didn't really seem like there was a ton, which is I think that's kind of why we put a cap to it. But fall, like I can see why you have 10. Like I genuinely can see why.
There's a lot, and honestly, I am surprised with myself. Like, oh wow, this really caught my interest. Like, I have this much of anime that I want to check out. Now I'm not saying that I'm gonna hector it up where I'm watching 10 shows a week or whatever, but potentially I can, right?
The opportunity is there.
Right. There's those 10 shows that did catch my interest. I haven't really seen any of it, but I'll go into which shows are those ones that did catch my interest. Hector will give his list, things like that. But for me, and I feel like you should put an asterisk next to mine because I haven't seen as much of anime of this season compared to you, Hector, and compared to I'm pretty sure the rest of the internet. But still, Rent a Girlfriend is still my favorite anime of summer 2020, and
Mm.
and uh, best girl summer 2020 season is Ruki-chan. I don't care what anybody says.
You know what? We'll let you die on that hill, even though you're wrong. And
I will.
You're actually not in
I
the
will die.
minority. You're like I would say people still say like Ruka-chan is number 2. Like if anything in popularity, she's number 2. But in a lot of those number 2 people's spots, she's number 1. So I think that's what matters,
Mm-hmm. She's number one in my heart.
Exactly. So I mean that's the good part. But okay, so for me, just to kind of summarize the summer 2020 season, I kind of think it was a little lackluster. It kind of had potential. I actually had heard that a lot of the animes that are coming out in the fall were supposed to potentially come out in summer. So a lot of the stuff was kind of postponed, which is unfortunate, and which is why I think summer 2020 wasn't all that great. I mean, ReZero, fantastic. I like I said, it's my number 1 pick for the summer 2020 season. Rent a Girlfriend is literally right there. It's on the butt of ReZero. It's right there. I'd say, what is it, like 1.5? It's 1.5 on my list. After that, I mean, honestly, Sword Art Online towards the end got pretty good. I still wouldn't put it up in my top 5. Decadence was alright. I kind of had higher hopes for it, but it I don't know, it kind of fell off for a little bit, then kind of came back just to finish it up, and I don't know, I just didn't feel all that great watching it towards the end. And really, other than that, there wasn't much going on other than like the new seasons of Black Clover, Food Wars, what was it? I know you had just mentioned it. Fire Force and things like that.
Fire Force, yeah.
It was really just recurring shows that were getting new seasons, which obviously that's exciting and we love to see that. But Fire Force really felt like it started off fiery hot, and then afterwards it just kind of turned into a simmer. It's very, very low burn, slow burn, and it was kind of hard to continue it again. Food Wars surprised the hell out of me, and I'm very, very happy for it. It seems like it completely ended this summer 2020 season, and if that's the way it ended, I'm actually very upset with how it ended.
Like the end of the whole show?
Yeah, like the end of the show, like that's it.
Oh, dang.
And if that's how it ended, I'm actually kind of upset because essentially what they did was, and this is going to be a spoiler for those of you who haven't watched it, so just maybe skip a few seconds ahead or whatever, but Essentially what they did, Rafa, is in the bonus chapters that they did for Food Wars, they show all the main characters as adults and what they're doing, right? Like what they kind of progressed in life to be. Some of them became teachers in the school. Some of them became renowned chefs. Others became teams with like other people and created their own restaurants and blah blah blah. But what ended up happening was at the end of the bonus chapter, all the adults that were all the main characters that had now become adults, all came back to Yukihira's diner, which is like the main character's diner, and all came back for a meal, for a lunch, and that's how it ended. And we kind of got the main protagonist girl, which I'm already forgetting her name, but it's the god tongue, Erina. There you go. I think that's her name. Erina.
Is it the girl with the blue hair?
Yeah, no, with the blonde hair, the god tongue or whatever. Yeah. So she kind of, in her own way, explains that she loves Yukihira, and Yukihira, in his own way, explains that he loves her. But they never outwardly say they love each other, or you never see them kind of like get together or whatever like that. But in the anime itself, they make that scene, but them as kids, so still in high school or still in Totsuki Academy, and they kind of just recreate that scene but just as high schoolers, and they say, hey, thank you for watching, that's it. And in my head I'm like, not only did you not give these characters a little bit more development and allow them to become adults and see how they became and all whatnot, but you essentially did a fantastic bonus scene. As much as I wanted to see more out of it, you made a fantastic bonus scene into just a mediocre ending for the show. And that kind of honestly pissed me off, because I'm like, dude, if you just had gave maybe 1-2 more episodes into them becoming adults, into seeing what they did, into doing a little bit of the bonus chapters and creating those into episodes, it would have been a far better season. Although I know they kind of rushed the pace extremely in the last 3 episodes. I guess they were just trying to finish the show in general, or maybe they had like an absolute limit where like, hey, 13 episodes and we're not making Food Wars ever again. So I don't know what the circumstances was, but if this was a fully thought through like process of, hey, we're just gonna rush everything and just make episode 13, and then episode 13 is gonna end this way, then that was a poor way of ending it, in my opinion, and kind of really disappointed in it. You get, I guess, kind of like in every manga, or anime to manga to anime, you get way more development and way more story in the manga itself than you do in anime, because they have to obviously cut stuff and they have to trim the fat and blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Food Wars and if you watch this season, if you don't feel fulfilled, I recommend you guys fully to 100% dive in and read the manga. You can do it from start to finish if you want, or you can end right after wherever you want to end right after and just kind of go in from there. Google is your best friend when it comes to stuff like this. Where did season 2 end off in Food Wars in the manga? And boom, you'll find it and you start right there. Also, Black Clover was okay. I mean, One Piece is it's ramping up, buddies. So that's really, really great. And actually, crazy enough, just the last tidbit for just One Piece and just to end off this summer segment. The One Piece editor actually became ill the last week, and there was like a huge like stop in production for the manga. So the big thing that a lot of the readers wanted to know was that essentially the creator of One Piece, the manga illustrator, the writer, all that, his name is Oda. Oda said that he would make it to chapter 1000 before the year ended this year. And everybody was hyped because everybody knows chapter 1000 is going to be one of the best, biggest chapters ever. And everybody was like, oh my god, it's going to happen. And then once he became ill, everybody was kind of like surprised and in shock, like, maybe this is going to happen, but as long as he's okay, as long as he gets better from his illness, and we really don't care. And that was a lot of the community kind of coming together and saying that. But surprisingly, as of like 2-3 days ago, since this was recorded, he's better now. Like, he's doing a lot better, and the dream of the 1000 chapters before the end of the year is still there. However, we will not get a chapter this week, but hopefully the next week everything's kind of goes back to normal, and we're full steam ahead on those 1000 chapters. But other than that, little tidbit, I would say summer 2020 very lackluster. Sword Art Online was okay, Fire Force, all that, but for sure, if you're gonna watch anything from summer 2020, Rent a Girlfriend ReZero. 1,000% check those out. And of course, give the webtoon some love. The God of High School, even though it wasn't my favorite, and I kind of dropped it around 6 episodes in. If you have not read the webtoon, if you want to see something that's different than what you normally see in anime, check out God of High School. As much as I wish it was better, for someone who has read the webtoons, I'm sure people who have not and just kind of want to dip their toes in just a bit, I think this would be a good watch for you. It's very action packed. It's very great. So check it out.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen people's I feel like we're in the minority with God of High School. It seems like it's still getting a lot of love.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like I said, it is a webtoon. A lot of people are showing it love because it is a webtoon, and people want other webtoons to become animes essentially. But yeah, I mean, no, like trust me, the action scenes I have seen like clips here and there from like Crunchyroll themselves or other people on like YouTube or YouTube channels or Twitter pages where like I follow like whoever, and they're like, man, episode 12 of God of High School where we saw the Sung Wukong and blah blah blah, and I'm like, whoa, like they showed that, and I would look at the clip and I'm like, wow, this looks badass. Like the animation's fantastic, like the fighting scenes are fantastic, but I mean, yeah, like it just felt like super rushed.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, sounds like you had a better anime season than I did, Hector, honestly.
I think it's just because obviously it's not. I think it's for sure that I watched more than you, so I kind of got a little bit more of a overview of everything in the summer 2020 verse. But the cool part about that is, you had just mentioned to us that you have around 10 or more animes that you're very, very excited to listen to or to watch to in this upcoming season. So honestly, I and myself I'm looking forward to a ton of stuff, right? Like I can't wait to see a lot of this stuff, but the fact that you have 10 really piqued my interest. So Rafa, I need you to tell me, what are your fall 2020 predictions? What do you want to watch? What are you gearing up for? What are you excited for? I mean, just go right ahead, brother. Go tell us what you need to tell us.
I got you. Okay, so what I have, let me pull up the list right here. And shout out to my anime list because they had all of them on there, all the animes. So first one off the bat, oh man, I'm gonna mess up these names left and right. It is called Otana. Oh, I can't even say this. I'm not gonna be able to say this name. Oof. I wish they had like an English translation.
Which one is this?
It's Otana Naikoi no. It's a very long name. Shikata ga Wakarani.
Rafa, you've watched anime for how long?
Hey. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to this anime. It's a romance anime. It's the genre is ecchi romance.
Whoa.
So it's about these 30-year-olds who end up liking each other and they're gonna like date and stuff. They just like really paraphrase recap. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's it's Mio Sudo. Man, I'm sorry, Japanese culture. A 30-year-old office lady has gone 5 years without a boyfriend and has forgotten all about love. Oof. I feel that, girl. I feel you. So sad. Suji Mashima, a foreign affiliated consultant, has not had a girlfriend in 7 years and has lost almost all interest in women. That is insanity. That's the main guy. He lost all interest in women. Meeting at a matchmaking party, Mio is disgusted by Shuji. Bro, I'm so sorry. I can't apologize enough to you listeners. As he states, I am not into women. However, when Mio makes a provocative comment towards Shuji, things take an unexpected direction. Ooh, that caught my interest because it's rare to see anime in general that deals with adults,
Mm-hmm.
and especially with adults in relationships with romance and things like that. Really rare, because most of the time it's like it's high school and they're in college, so and so and so on. These guys they're working, they're adults, and on top of that, they are adults who haven't been in a relationship for a very long time, right? So like that's that caught my interest, you know. I just can't wait to see how they, because you can tell they're not gonna like each other at the beginning just by the description, how they're gonna like slowly become friends and then eventually hopefully get together. I'm looking very forward to that. You know how I love my romance anime, so I can't wait to fall in love with this couple.
I will say, I was looking at the discussion, like comments and stuff like that, and the first one says, "So I'm guessing this is the new. Isn't this hentai of the season?"
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I will let you know once I start watching those episodes if it is hentai or not. Moving on from that, this is one called, see, thankfully, this is not in Japanese. It's called Drop Out Idol Fruit Tart.
Oh! I knew that one was gonna be one you wanted to watch. I just
Yes,
knew it.
sir. Yes, sir. It is. Fourth dormitory of the rap production, commonly known as Nezumi Su, the place where dropout idol girls live. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The former child actor Sekino Roko, musician. Okay, yo, this is the former child actor Sekino Roko, comma, the musician Nukui Hayu, comma, and model Maihara Nina. So like they all live, like these four girls live in this dormitory where like for dropouts for idols or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says here. Oh, and there's another one. Sakura Ino, who always dreams of becoming idol, moves in. So new girl moves in. You know what I'm saying? It says here. At the same time, the decision is made to demolish the dormitory. So they're gonna go. Oh man, they're gonna destroy their freaking house, man. Where are they gonna live, bro? Oh my god. Due to the project launched by the manager, Kajino Hoho, uh, Ochikoburi Fruit Tarts, occupants of the dormitory form a new idol group called Fruit Tarts and start the activities in order to repay the 100 million yen debt. Oh my god, oh my god. Again, I apologize for butchering all those names. I cannot speak. I barely know how to speak English at that. So trying to speak a whole nother language that I don't know, it's impossible. But I like this premise. Okay, it's cheesy, of course, and it's idol. And I'm not a big fan of idols, but I kind of want to give them a chance this season. This is not the only idol show that's out there this season, and I'm gonna give both of them a chance. A little spoiler on that one, but I kind of like the whole idea of like they have to get together and like them and do the idol group to save their dorm. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun, like a really fun anime, for sure. Uh, Moving from that, this is other one called, jeez, it's called Warlords of Shigridrifa? Shigridrifa? You know what I'm talking about?
Uh, uh, yes. I'm trying to find it on the list.
It, it's the Japanese title is Senyoku no Shigridrifa.
Yes, that one. Yeah, I
This
found
one, yes.
it.
Yeah. So it says here, the pillars suddenly appear above Earth, threatening all life. A god who calls himself Odin come came to the aid of humanity as it was driven near to complete defeat. To counter the pillars, Odin declared a counterattack by what the fuck
Bequeathing.
is that? Bequeathing, thank you. I know what queefing is. I don't know what bequeathing is.
Whoa.
Humanity with the battle maidens. What is that word? Well, bro, they want me to look like an idiot. Oh my god. Whatever. The battle maidens. We're just gonna skip over that word. And the Heelcraft as their wings. That doesn't make sense. Several years later, the battle between humanity and the Pillars rages on, with men supporting the battle maidens as they soar through the treacherous skies as they save the world. Japan is no exception. 3 battle maidens confront the giant pillar looming over sacred Mount Fuji. You know, that big ass mountain in Japan. Each battle maiden is skilled but also has issues. And now an ace pilot has arrived from Europe. And there's a tag from the show. I'm not gonna read that. It sounds cool. Yeah.
I had to mute my mic. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so essentially, viewers who are confused, Rafa refused to say the word, which I'm gonna attempt to say, which is Walkures. It's WALKU, but with like the 2 little dots up top. I know that has a specific name for that, but I don't know what it is. RES. And so Rafa, instead of saying that word in every sentence that it had it in, he just said battle maidens, and it was the most hilarious thing ever.
Dude, it's like I already struggle with English. I butchered Japanese, and now they're just throwing fake words in there. No, thank you.
Okay, wow. First of all, I'm pretty sure that's like a Viking
Just
word.
Google it right now. Tell me that's a real word.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me do this on pod?
Yes, because you wanna hear talk about how. Shut up and Google it.
Walkures. Okay, Walkure by the Free Dictionary. Any of Odin's handmaidens who conducted the souls of the slain to Valhalla. Oh, so that's literally just another way of saying Valkyrie.
Why couldn't they just write Valkyrie? Oh my god.
I want to see how loud this is if I play this. I pray to God this isn't ear rape.
Valkyrie. That's so weird. Valkyrie. Valkyrie.
Well, yeah, I guess there you go. That's
Wow,
essentially it's Valkyrie. Although I agree, it would have been way easier to just say Valkyrie, or just type it in there. They wanted to go with the traditional, the root. You know what I'm saying? The root word. And you just refuse to do it. So honestly, I hope this show isn't good for you.
I mean, it's already starting off bad, Hector. I might just drop the show. I don't know. I was looking forward to it until I had to read that. Moving on from that.
Moving on.
Okay. There's this other show called Taisui Samurai. Oh, Samurai. Taisui Samurai. It says here, year 2002, Japan's gymnastics world was once strong. Former Japanese representative, that guy's name, who devoted his time to gymnastics, training on a daily basis, his coach recommends him to retire. However, the fates of the family will change significantly due to a certain encounter. I skipped all their names, Hector. I'm not butchering any more names. So
you really can't say Shotaru Aragaki? Come on now.
No, sir. Thank you, Hector. The reason I'm looking forward to this because I don't really care about gymnastics, but like the art style caught my interest.
Did you see the studio?
So, Mappa. Mappa.
So that's why I'm like, oh, I have this. I'm not gonna lie, this one was also on my list just because of Studio Mappa. I was like, interesting. Okay, keeping an eye on that one.
So and Mappa makes great things. They made Yuri on Ice, Kakeguri. You don't remember? You know that there's that gambling one in the high school.
Yeah,
with the
the one on
girls.
Netflix. Yeah.
Zombieland Saga. They did that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Punchline. You love Punchline.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the God of High School, which was airing this season. So a lot of good work those guys do. Moving on now. I don't know if you remember a few minutes ago I said that I'm giving idol anime another chance again. Okay, and this time we have another spin-off to the Love Life series. It is Love Life Nijigasaki Gakuen School Idol Dokukai. Wow.
You just picking the
Really
ones with the
long
longest names, huh?
Right, and like with the hardest names ever. So it's pretty much. I mean, if you know what Love Life is, everybody knows what it is. It's just a bunch of cute girls doing idol stuff, and they have to do it for either to keep the club open or the school needs it to survive, or whatever gimmicky thing they need just so they could be idol groups. I'm gonna watch it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find the girl that I like from the group, like the best girl of the group or whatever. I will let you know. I will let you know how that goes. I might end up dropping it because I do tend to have trouble with idol shows, but who knows? Next show that I have on my list that really, 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 really caught my interest. I was like, oh, this show is going to be fun. This show is going to be funny. I cannot wait for this. And it is called Kuma 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 Bear. There's the name. 3 Kumas and a bear. It says, 15-year-old Yuna prefers staying home and obsessively playing her favorite VR MMO to doing anything else, including going to school. When a strange new update gives her a one-of-a-kind bear outfit that comes with overpowered abilities, Yuna is torn. The outfit is unbearably cute, pun intended, but too embarrassing to wear in-game. But, 2 buts in there, then she suddenly finds herself transported into the world of the game, facing down monsters and magic for real, and the bear suit becomes the best weapon she has. So, Hector, remember long time ago in some of these episodes I've said that I'm not the biggest fan of isekai?
Yeah, this one just threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a minute, what?
This is an isekai. But remember what I also said, Hector? I like isekais that switch things up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a female protagonist. You don't really see a lot of those isekais with that. That's really surprising.
It's a female protagonist, and her main power weapon is a bear suit. A bear outfit.
I'm not gonna lie, this one wasn't on my radar, but 1,000% this one is. Yeah, I'm actually sold to watch this. I love isekais, but the fact that 1, this is a female protagonist, and 2, the characters look really, really cute. I actually like a lot of their characters' designs because I'm looking at the little characters and voice actors, and they look dope.
It's gonna be silly. It's gonna be goofy. It's gonna be great. I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Who finally the world of Moe is colliding with isekai. Will this be the K-On of isekai? Hopefully. Wait and see. Who knows, Hector? Who knows? Moving on to the next show on my list. It is called Iwa Kakeru Sport Climbing Girls. Now, Hector, it looks like people are just running out of ideas. It feels like people just will make a show about anything. Now we have a show about rock climbing, and on top of rock climbing, it's cute high school girls rock climbing. Now, I started watching the first episode. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I turned it off. I didn't finish it because I wasn't really feeling it. but I'm still gonna give it a chance. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna my thoughts of the first half of the first episode. I'm gonna keep them to myself for now until we review until we go to the actual reviews and things like that. But pretty much, the gist of it is that it's four girls and they like rock climbing and they're in a club and they rock climb. That's the base of the show.
How many times can you say rock climb?
Rock climbing, yeah. So they like rock climbing. I don't know if I mentioned that. And another like big selling point of this show is showing off the girls' bodies. Like they're all like muscle toned and they have like six packs and then they're not afraid to show it to you.
I'm not gonna lie.
So
I'm looking at like the poster, and there's literally two girls that you just see nothing but boob. Another one where you see nothing but muscle, and then another one where you just see like her back and her butt. So
like you see
clearly,
like, you see all those like those lines, that definition and the muscles, and like they're making a point to be like, hey, look at these muscular girls. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Not top of my list, just because of what I've already saw. But who knows? Moving on from there, Hector. Oh my God, this is my super long list. I have this one other show. I'm actually really really hyped for this show. It really caught my interest. It is called Adachi and Shima Shimamura. Okay, there you go. I'm not gonna read the synopsis because the synopsis is in like it's like if one of the characters were talking, so that's gonna be weird for me to read that, right? But pretty much what the point is that there are these two girls and they're friends, and one of the girls starts catching feelings for the other girl, and she doesn't know if she wants to pursue that. Where they ruin their friendship, where they make things weird. Does she really feel that way, or does she really just like her as a friend or whatever, right? So it's two high school girls in a sense, or at least one of them coming to terms of their sexuality and things like that, and the whole thing of facing uh, the situation of this person who's the same sex as that I am. They're my friend. Uh, would they like me in that same way that I like them? So it's a romance anime. Clearly with elements of drama in there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have moments of comedy, but I'm very interested to see how they're gonna portray these characters. So this is gonna be a very I feel like it's gonna be one of those anime that's gonna make me feel a certain way, Hector.
I was looking at the discussion kind of tabs down below, and people are really kind of comparing it to this other anime called Bloom Into You, which I've never watched. But also this kind of really lit a light bulb in my head. It kind of reminds me of the show Citrus. I don't know if you ever heard or watched that either. It's essentially kind of a similar thing where it's two girls, they understand that it's not right, I guess, kind of in society or whatever it may be during that anime, like whatever it's stopping them. But like one of them has feelings for another, and kind of like a romance is essentially blooming, right? It sounds interesting. I've never actually fully watched a show like this. Like I would start it and then I kind of would just fall off really, really hard. Like right after episode 1 or episode 2. But yeah, essentially like this one looks interesting. I can't say I'm going to be watching it for sure, but I mean, like I said, it just looks interesting.
Yeah, anything that kind of does any anime that does something a little bit different, not just nothing wrong with the usual, action anime or the comedy or the cute girl anime stuff like that. Nothing against that stuff that I love and enjoy, but I also like seeing something that's a little bit different, something that's a little more out there. And I feel like this is going to be one of those animes for sure. So that's why I have it on my list. And of course, and I love romance anime. I love feeling sad and crying and being emotional and stuff like that. So, moving on from that, I only have three left, Hector. I'm almost done. Don't worry. Keep your pants on, okay? The next one I have, thank God they have an English title for the name or translation. It's called "The Day I Became a God." It says here, synopsis really quick. At the end of the last summer vacation of high school, Yota Narukami spends his days preparing for the university entrance exams when a young girl named Hina suddenly appears, proclaiming herself as the god of omniscience. Hopefully I said that word right. If not, sorry. Yuta, Yuta is confused and does not believe Hina when she tells him the world will end in 30 days. Oh my god. After witnessing Hina's godlike predictive ability, Yuta begins to believe her powers are real. Hina, who is innocent and childlike despite her supernatural powers, decides for some reason to stay at Yuta's home. Thus begins the start of their lively summer before the end of the world. Dun, dun, dun. This sounds like it's going to be a goofy anime to me. Now, under the genres, it says drama and fantasy. But that's not the vibes that I'm getting from the description. What I'm getting, the vibes that I'm getting, it's like, oh, look, we only have 30 days. Look, let's see what kind of wacky shenanigans we get ourselves into. That's what I feel.
Yes and no. I was actually looking at what people kind of, I guess, affiliate this with is a proper term, but people are kind of saying like this is somewhat like Angel Beats, somewhat like Charlotte, and somewhat like Akudama Drive. If you ever seen any of those, so like people.
I love Angel Beats.
Oh no, I know you've watched Angel Beats, and I've actually watched it too. It's really really good. Yeah, like people are associating the show with this, so kind of interested. I don't know if it's just because the studio PA works. Did they work on Angel Beats? I don't know, but
I think they did.
Yeah, like maybe that might be a reason why. But I mean, yeah, this one definitely seems really really interesting. The characters seem. I actually kind of like the characters. I like the way the characters look, and I think that's just because PA Works has like their own distinct kind of style when they make certain animes, and I actually really like the way they look. So I more than likely will probably be checking this one out too. So hopefully we can we have some either similar or differing opinions on it. So I'm definitely interested to see this one.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I hope it is as goofy as I think it is, but if not, if it's in the same line as Angel Beats, I'm still cool with that. So looking forward to that. Second to last on my list, it is called Tonikawa Over the Moon for You. It is says here. It's a pretty long read. I read this earlier, so I'm just gonna summarize it really quickly because I feel like I'm taking too long with my list. Pretty much is the main guy. He's in track of like being like going to school and going to college. Like he's like top of the class and things like that. He has like a really bright future and so on and so forth. And then one night he runs into this one girl who like he like literally he's floored, right? Like this is his this is like his soulmate pretty much. Like I need to talk to this girl. I need to get to know this girl. Like she is my everything pretty much, right? As he approaches this girl to talk to her, there's like he almost dies pretty much. Something happens, he almost dies. But the girl saves him pretty much from dying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And right before like he in a sense like passes out from being hurt or whatever, he's all like, marry me, and she's like, okay, I'll marry you. So then he passes out, and then once he wakes up again, from his injuries or whatever, she's gone. Like she's like the girl disappeared. Like he has not he doesn't know where she went. He couldn't find her, whatever. Um, so then like so then instead of pursuing instead of following the goals that he had, from like being number one in school and this and that, he's all like, "F all that. I'm gonna find this girl. I'm gonna find her. Like I can't live without this girl in my life." Years pass, years and years pass, and he cannot find her. He could not find her. But then one night, out of nowhere, knock, 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 knock. Someone knocks at his door, and guess what, Hector?
What?
The girl that saved his life all those years ago, the girl that said, "Yes, I will marry you," is standing in front of his doorstep.
Wait, are they still kids though, or are they like adults?
No, I don't know if they're adults. All it says is that years have passed.
Hmm.
So I don't know how many years has been since their first one-time encounter to now, I guess you can say. But all it says that several years pass, and he could not find her. And I don't know where one day she shows up. That's it. That's the synopsis right there. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the picture and it kind of looks like they're in high school, but then again, a lot of the characters who are kind of older also kind of look young, I guess, because their faces. So I don't know. This is kind of an oddball anime. I will say I was considering watching this one just because I have actually seen a ton of this anime on like Twitter. Just people saying I can't believe it's coming, and people were kind of confused by the premise of like, hey, so it's weird. I think from something I heard, it was like the girl said we can't date unless we get married. Something like that. It was some really random thing that I had read or seen, and I'm like, wow, okay, I think I might actually watch this. So, I mean, I'm glad that on some of these animes we were on similar wavelengths.
yeah, no, I can't wait to see it. A common interest just to see how what's gonna happen. How like because yeah, the guy did like when he was younger, like, "Hey, marry me," and she's like, "Yeah," and she said yes, but years have passed. Like, who knows? Maybe they feel different, or maybe they're still on the same wavelength. I don't know, but I can't wait to see it. Just of course because it's on my list, but yeah, it's something I'm really looking forward to. And last but not least on my list,
Hmm.
it is called The Journey of Elaina. Said that right? It says here, once upon a time, there was a witch named Elaina who set off on a journey across the world. Along the way, she would meet all kinds of people, from a country full of witches to a giant in love with his own muscles. But with each meeting, Elaina will become a small part of their story, and her own world would get a little bit bigger. This sounds fun. Sounds like an adventure with goofy characters. And the girl looks cute, the main girl. So I am all about this show. I cannot wait to see it. The one thing that really like sold me on this show was the giant who was in love with his muscles, with his own muscles. I feel that's gonna be some really funny scenes with him. I'm picturing I can just picture the giant flexing and he's just like kissing his muscles and things like that. So like, I just can't wait to see. I just can't wait to see this anime. It seems like it's gonna be a good time. It seems like it's gonna be a good time. So
Okay.
that is my list.
Wow, what a lengthy list. Not just playing.
It's super long. I know, super long.
No, it's okay because you know what? I kind of have a similar size list. But the good part about kind of what you were saying is some of the animes that you kind of brought up were the ones that I was thinking of that were kind of off picks that I normally wouldn't pick. So, for example, like the Kuma Kuma one, that one I wasn't really looking at, but then when you brought it up and read the synopsis, I was like, okay, maybe I will watch this. But other than that, I will say the animes that I am going to be watching are somewhat more of mainstream animes that, of course, people are expected to watch, and people have been very excited for the new releases and new seasons. So first and foremost, Haikyuu to the top, Part 2, Season 2 is coming at you full force, in full effect. And I already watched episode 14, and let me tell you, that mofo gave me chills. I'm incredibly happy to see Haikyuu come back and just come at me full swing. You know, it continued off where the last episode 13, part 1, season 1 of To the Top ended. And man, oh man, am I just mad hype for this show. If you guys don't know, huge Haikyuu fan. Just trust me, watch the show. Carrying on, we have Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, season, I believe, 3. Yeah, season 3. Come on now. It is a fantastic show. If you have not watched this, it is incredible. It has video game elements. It has busty women. I don't know why that's something that just came to mind. It has action. It has adventure. It has hot guys for those of you that like hot guys.
No, talk more about the busty women.
It has a ton of stuff, and episode 1 of season 3 was fantastic. Very, very excited for this. The plot, the season 3 meat and potatoes looks like it's going to be fantastic. I'm actually very, very plugged in off of just one episode, and I'm super excited for it. Moving on, we have one of my all-time favorites. Actually, funny enough, one that Rafa watched for his anime swap, Mahoka Kokuo no Retotse Raihosha Hen, which is the irregular at Magic High School, season 3 or 2. I don't know which season it is, but the new season is going to come out, or has come out already, and I watched episode 1, and bruh, is that also hype. Now, I think the biggest thing about a lot of these animes is they'll get you hooked on episode 1, but the whole point of us talking about these animes and for season of fall 2020 is that we're going to give it a 3-episode rule. By 3 episodes, if we don't feel committed to the show, then we're going to potentially drop it or see how things go, really how we feel. And 3 weeks from now, we'll be discussing the fall 2020 season anime again, more than likely, and just saying, like, hey, this is how we feel about the shows, and kind of give a little 3 episodes in review. But I know I'm going to watch the rest of the show. I already know the irregular at high school, How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Haikyuu. I think those are going to be ones that I'm going to be plugged into immediately. And very, very excited to see where these go, because I love these shows very, very much so. And actually a new one that I've been hearing a ton of hype on all over Twitter from content creators on YouTube that I actually follow and subscribe to, Jujutsu Kaisen. Now let me run this down for you guys, because if you haven't heard of this, like I didn't, or I hadn't, then let me tell you this real quick. In a world where demons feed on unsuspecting humans, fragments of the legendary and feared demon Ryomen Sukuna were lost and scattered about. Should any demon consume Sukuna's body parts, the power they gain could destroy the world as we know it. Fortunately, there exists a mysterious school of Jujutsu sorcerers who exist to protect the precarious existence of the living from the undead. Yuji Itadori is a high schooler who spends his days visiting his bedridden grandfather. Although he looks like your average teenager, Jesus, I'm slurring all my words, his immense physical strength is something to behold. Every sports club wants him to join, but Itadori would rather hang out with school outcasts in the occult club. One day, the club manages to get their hands on a sealed cursed object. But little do they know that the terror they'll unleash when they break the seal could be deadly. Ooh.
Wow.
I watched episode 1, and Rafa, I highly recommend this to you.
It sounds cool. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
It slaps. It was created by Studio Mappa. I don't know if it's gonna be a like dope first episode like God of High School, and then teeter down into the I don't want to watch this anymore. But like, I've been seeing a lot of hype for this show, like a ton of hype, and episode 1 was fantastic. I can't say I'm like buckled in. I added it already to my list on Crunchyroll. Very, very excited for that one. Whew, okay, now the next one is actually kind of one that I wasn't really I'm not going to say that I wasn't really like looking for, but when I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, this isn't bad. It is called Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. To say the Japanese name, it's Kimi Toboku no Saigo no Seijo Aruiwa Sekai ga Hajimaru Seisen. Hopefully I said that somewhat right. It is essentially a Romeo and Juliet story. A great war has raged for years between the scientifically advanced Empire and Nebulus, the realm of the witches, until the youngest knight ever to receive the title of the Empire's strongest meets the princess of the rival nation. Though they are sworn enemies, the knight is taken by her beauty and dignity, and the princess is moved by his strength and the way of his life. And the way of life. Will the fighting between them ever be allowed to end? So I mean, it just literally sounds like Romeo and Juliet, but in like an anime twist. Which I'm not mad at. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see how I like it. Definitely excited to see if it's interesting. I mean, a lot of these like animes kind of fall flat sometimes, or they're not all that great, even though they sound pretty cool. So I'm interested to see what this one sounds like, and just kind of looks like. Carrying on, we have this one that, I mean, I can't say I'm like excited to watch, but like I'm interested in.
Okay.
It is called. Let me make sure I got there's no English title for it. It does not seem like there is. It is called King's Raid Ishiwa Sugomono Tachi. There you go. Boom. Got it. It's been 100 years since King Kyle buried Mundo. Now, in a time of peace, the apprentice knight Cassell enjoys his life without worry. His fate begins to change, however, with news of demons appearing, infesting the neighborhood. Guided by a wise man, Cassell finds friends he can rely on and sets off on his mission to seek a holy sword capable of slaying his newfound enemies. I really kind of just liked it because of the visuals, right? I mean, it looks like a pretty anime. It looks kind of cool, but other than that, the synopsis doesn't all that sound like nice to me. So I don't know. It kind of just sounds like a meathead anime. If you like it, good for you. But that's just my personal opinion. Other than that, I mean, of course, there's like the reoccurring shows that are gonna be coming out, right? Like the One Piece, like the Pokemon,
Naruto,
the Boruto. Ooh, actually, speaking of Boruto, I got right into it again. I saw a clip of Boruto and Sarada getting into a training kind of arc where like Sarada is training under her dad of Sasuke, and then Boruto is training under Kakashi, and that piqued my interest like super hard. So I kind of just jumped on the ship again. Jesus.
Okay.
So we'll see if I stick on it. But of course, Black Clover, One Piece. One that I'm kind of interested to see if it bounces back is Fire Force. It's actually a reoccurring anime into the fall 2020 season. So hopefully it brings up the hype again. I can't say for sure, but I mean I'll be looking on it. I'll have a close eye on it. And lastly, but certainly not least, there is this show that I would probably say is my sleeper pick. It is called Dogesa de Tanodemita. The main character, Dogesuaru, who wants to see the naughty bits of girls, as a last resort to persuade them. That is, to grovel in front of them. Intent on having his lewd requests heard, he endures through the kowtowing. The heroines are often taken aback, embarrassed, and confused by his sudden actions. Is anything impossible before Dogesa? Will the girls show him their risque side?
Of course you picked this one. I saw that, and I rolled my eyes to infinity. I was like, this is stupid.
That's why I want to watch it. This just sounds equally as bad as that Peter Grill show from last season where he was trying to take her innocence away from her.
Yeah.
I just want to see if this is like the Garbo anime of the season.
That's what it sounds like, honestly.
But it's the synopsis was just hilarious, which is why I was like laughing in between it. And for the most part, you kind of talked about the other ones that I was kind of considering, if not had in mind. And I actually really was also interested in the Otonawa ni Okoi no Shikata ga Wakarani, which is the one with like the 30-year-old people trying to rekindle their love for love or whatever. So yeah, I mean those are my picks for the fall 2020 anime season. We heard Rafa's picks for the fall 2020 anime season. Of course, as you guys heard at the top of the show, if you guys want to tell us what your fall 2020 picks for the season are, tweet at us, put it in the comments down below, or join the Discord and chat it up in there with us, and I'm sure we'll be more than happy to see this. Now, my only concern, Rafa, is that not all of these animes are on Crunchyroll. Not all of them are on Funimation. Not all of them are on like Netflix and things like that. So it's going to be a good time trying to find these shows and then watching 3 episodes and seeing if we want to commit to the chase. You know what I'm saying?
There's also, I just found this out recently. There's also High Dive, which is another anime service streaming platform, and it's all anime. It's called High Dive.
I think I've seen commercials for that before, but I don't think I actually like fully checked it out.
Yeah, so some of them might even be on there. Who knows? But yeah, that is a good point, Hector, because depending on where these animes are gonna be on, depends if I'm willing to put up with the chase. So we will find out.
Because honestly, I don't really think that's talked about a lot, right? Because everybody just kind of assumes like the typical Funimation, the typical Crunchyroll are gonna have a lot of the animes, which for the most part they do. But some of these, like, they're restricted to certain parts of the world, or you know, you have to kind of get into like VPN territory and things like that. So, I'm really interested to see, because a lot of these shows in the past season, were like strictly on Hulu, were strictly on Crunchyroll, were strictly on Funimation, like things like that. Or some of them you might find a cross in between like certain apps and things like that. So I mean, yeah, for me, it's definitely one of those where it's like, do I want to commit to the chase of, all right, I gotta find them on like a pirate anime site, and then go through like the BS of every time I click play, it opens up another tab, and I gotta close that tab and come back and click play and then close that tab, because that happens multiple times, and I do that for Pokemon. But Pokemon is worth it, so I want to see if there's a show that's equally as worth it to just follow along and just come every week and just close multiple tabs just to watch one episode. So we'll see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be willing to do it. You know, I'm pretty lazy, but we shall see, man. We shall see.
Now, I did kind of say that one of the shows that it's on kind of like I'll give this a chance, but honestly, I have 2, right? So it was that one, the last one that I said about the guy trying to see naughty bits and pieces of women. That's kind of on my like, I'm gonna give this one a try, but also I'm gonna give the one about the gymnast, and I'm honestly gonna say, and I'm gonna put this on record, I'm gonna give the Idol Fruit Tart show a chance. It's not normally something that I will genuinely watch, and that's on my menu, right, for anime in every season. But I think I kind of need to dive out of my comfort zone and kind of dip my toes once again, to say that phrase, and some other stuff. So I think, like I said, that gymnast one, the one about the naughty bits, and of course this Idol Fruit Tart are going to be the 3 shows that I'm going to give a chance, and kind of just give the 3 episode rule and see if I want to stick with them. But Rafa, I'm actually really interested to see, do you have any, doesn't have to be 3, doesn't have to be 2, any shows that you're going to give a chance that you normally wouldn't?
It's this show called, I had it right here too. Give me a second. Look it up. It was like 100 something, 100 men. Hold on.
The 100 man. I'm standing on 1 million lives. 100 man no inochi no yue ni ore wa tateru.
Yeah, that. It didn't really catch my interest that much. I was like, it looks kind of cool. It looks like it's gonna have like a lot of action or whatever. But like, I just had so many other picked out already. I was like, do I even want to put this on the list? Like, it didn't really. Like, I'm not as hyped as I am with other ones, but I'm gonna give it a chance to see. Maybe I enjoy it. Maybe I'll like it or not. But yeah, it is not one that I'm really looking forward to, but I'm still gonna give it that good old college try.
We appreciate that, and And of course, this also goes out to the viewers as well. If you have any shows that you're like, yeah, maybe I don't really like, this isn't in my wheelhouse. Well, guess what? Put it in there. Give it a chance. Tell us what you think is an anime that you're going to give a chance and you don't normally watch. You wouldn't normally say, oh, okay, let's check this one out, buddy. But let us know, of course, like I said, for the other list of fall 2020 animes. Put it down in the description down below. And we'll definitely we'll have the description in the comments down below. And we'll check it out. Rafa. Rafa.
Yes.
We have talked. We've talked quite a bit, Rafa. I'm getting a little sleepy.
Uh-oh.
Rafa.
Hey, wake up.
Rafa, I think I need to learn about an anime to wake up, Rafa.
Oh, snap. It is Slept On Anime with me, Rafa.
Me.
Yeah. I have the best anime to wake you up, Hector, right here. I don't know if you can tell, Hector, but this week I've kind of had a bit of a pattern with some of these anime that I've been talking about. I've been the fall season gets me going, gets my heart going, Hector. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling a little bit romantic. You know what I'm saying, Hector? You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to cuddle up and smoochy with you, of course with you, Hector, my best friend, Hector. But that's neither here or there. So the anime that I have picked out for you guys that I feel like it's slept on. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. It was pretty hyped when it came out, but I feel like people are not really giving attention nowadays, and it's a really fun, something a little bit more different anime. It's called Sudere. Yeah, there you go. Children. Okay. Have you heard about this anime?
No, not at all.
Great, good. So it really quickly is short vignettes, right? Hopefully I said that right. Explores pairs of students and offer a glimpse into the unique and funny situations that can happen in a high school romance. So pretty much what the show is, it follows 8 characters, 4 female, 4 male, and they pretty much become a couple, right? So one girl, one dude. So there's 4 couples, and you kind of see how they interact with each other, right? Like one of the couples is this guy who is he's like a super nerd, but he's also like how would I explain it? One of one of the student council members, like in an anime. It's like the guy with the glasses, and like he thinks he's all that and everything. Like he's super smart. You know what I'm talking about? Do you remember like those type of characters?
Yeah, it's kind of ringing a bell. Yeah.
He's kind of like that. You know, like he's on into like being a nerd or whatever. And like his girlfriend or like the girl that he likes is like like a Yankee delinquent. Like the way the anime calls it. She doesn't really wear like school uniform, the uniform. She smokes cigarettes. She's like breaking the rules. So like it's they're opposite ends of like how like they really don't relate to each other, but like they still get along. And it's really cute to see. And that's just one of them as an example. Like there's another couple where like the girl like messes with the guy, or where she's like, "Hey, I love you," and he's all like, "Oh," and he gets all flustered and like he's like really shy, and she's like, "I'm just joking. I'm waiting for you to like ask me out. Like, when are you gonna ask me out?" It's like, "I don't know if I even want to ask you out." Like, it's a really fun dynamic between these 4 couples, and you see how each couple's they're different, how they interact with each other and things like that. It's a really fun show. It's a really cute show. Like you're looking for some romance and things like that, just to kind of fill your heart with joy. This is it right here. It's a really fun watch. It's a really fun watch.
Okay, well, I'm nice and awake now. Thank you, Rafa. I appreciate you. But you know what? It's time for the classic. It's time for the perfect way to end every show, guys. We're here. We're live. We're ready. We're excited to get into Anime Swap Rafa, I need to get this off my chest. I need to talk to you about the show you recommended to me.
Go ahead.
Because, wow, I am so happy that you did not spoil anything.
I told you.
For those of you that
sir.
don't know what I'm talking about, Rafa recommended to me School Live, if I'm correct, Rafa.
Yes.
Okay. When I saw the card art for it, the poster, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. The school is all messed up, but these girls look cute." Okay. And I was like, Rafa told me not to read the synopsis, so I skipped over it. And I watched episode 1. And I'm not going to lie to you. Straight up, I was kind of annoyed with the first half of episode 1 because I thought, this is just another slice of life school club activity.
Yes.
So, and I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. And then as I was watching the first episode, I noticed, I was like, why is that window broken? Why is there like why is there like TV static on the screen, and like you see two different things happening? So like you see like what the main character Yuki sees, but then you see something else like as it like gets fuzzy and like, you know, this TV scratch type thing. And I'm like, huh? Like I'm like, what's going on here? And then I kind of would pick up hints on like why she can only go to certain classrooms, and then I'm like, why is a random hallway in the school blocked off? And I was like, dude, this is kind of weird. And I was kind of getting this. Have you ever heard of this video called Doki Doki Literature Club?
Yes.
It was giving me hard Doki Doki vibes. And I'm like, I don't like this. I am getting nervous. And when I tell you my jaw dropped when at the end of episode 1, Yuki was talking to a messed up classroom, a classroom with blood stains and everything all over it, and there were zombies in the show, I was like, bruh.
Yes, sir.
Rafa, no show you have ever recommended me, even K-On! Hooked me on episode 1. This one was the one. I was immediately excited to watch episode 2. I was like, what the flying fridge, man?
Yeah, boy. I knew it. I knew you were gonna get into it. Just the way that the show goes. I knew for a fact you're gonna get into it.
This one was some heat. This was that fire. This was that chef's kiss. Rafa brought this bad boy out the kitchen, and he said, this is some Wagyu A1 steak. And I said, you know what, Rafa, I don't believe you. And I took a bite out of that juicy meat, and dear God. I will say my only complaint is I don't like when Yuki's in her little like La La Land, but
of course, who would like that?
I kind of wish they would make that less and more of the zombie aspect of the show, but yeah, like I just love the characters. I love the little bit of story development we got with the girl who like has the shovel, and then honestly my favorite girl is the leader, the president of the club. Of course there has to be a busty girl in the club, right? In like high school life, because why not? But like, yeah, I'm actually really excited to watch all 12 episodes.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. I knew that the first episode was gonna catch you off guard. But I'm surprised that you're enjoying it as much as you enjoyed it.
Like, I know I'm hyping it up quite a bit, but like I generally do say the lows of the show is just any of the time that like Yuki's in her like in her happy state and all that. Other than that, I can't say I really it's not a 10 out of 10 anime for me. I'd probably say it's more of like a 7 or 8 out of 10, which is still pretty high considering this is an anime that I never had on my radar in general, and that mofo caught me super off guard on episode 1. And I think that was like the biggest hook for me. And I was like, all right, cool. We're going to watch episode 2. All right, cool. We're going to watch episode 3. All right, cool. We're going to watch episode 4. And then I stopped at episode 4 because it was kind of getting around the time that we were going to record. And I was like, man, I actually like this show. It's not that bad. It's not my... I still wouldn't put it over K-On! But I think it has fit its slot in number 2.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, so this 100% caught me off guard, and I really, really liked it. So definitely gonna probably more than likely finish the show at some point.
Okay. I see you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's pretty much it's awesome that you're enjoying it. I am not as hyped as you are, Hector. Just to say that really quickly, you gave me the show to watch, The Irregular at Magic High School, right? Which has a new season coming out this season, right? This fall season, there's a new set of episodes coming out. Man, I'm conflicted with this show, to be honest. And I feel like this might be the first time I've ever been conflicted the way that I am. Because there are elements that I enjoy, there's certain things that annoy me, but overall, I don't know if I will continue watching this or not. The things that I enjoyed. By the way, just really quickly, this show is about the like I they explained to me and I still don't really know what's happening. Like I know there's magic and they're in the high school and like there's two groups in the high school. There's the kids who are like top tier and then the bunch of the rest of the idiots or whatever. And like there was like a World War III that happened and then I wasn't 100% clear of what was happening. But all I know is that the main guy, he's super strong, but he's trying to hide his powers, right? And he has a little sister who, by the way, that's the one thing I also didn't understand. He was like, oh, she was born in April and I was born in March. Like, what? Is there an explanation to that, Hector? Or because they're in the same grade, right?
They're in the same grade. They are actually. I don't think they ever explained like how. I think Miyuki's older, actually. The girl.
No, she's younger.
I'm
That's
not.
what he said.
I think they're okay. So I think they're close, like incredibly close in age. Like I'm pretty sure they're the same age, but they're not like twins. I think he was like born like a month or two before, or something like that. But they're essentially the same age.
How?
I don't know, bro.
How?
It's in Magic, bro. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is like he's older by like a few minutes, few months. I don't know.
He
Surrogate.
literally said,
Surrogate. You can't say how.
No.
Yeah.
No. You know what? No, let me tell you why you're wrong first. Actually, you know what? It might be. You know what? Surrogate. It might work. You're having a whole nother lady, but then that only means they're like half brother and sister, then, right?
No, because I mean you could have the same egg and sperm inserted into one. Yeah. If you like take out the eggs and insert into one woman, and then you keep your eggs.
No, Hector, because a baby takes 9 months to be made, Hector.
Okay, so you get one egg. No, I'm right, dude. Because like, check it out. If it's months in between, right? I 100% don't know anatomy.
It was 1 month in between.
I don't know anatomy, okay? But I don't know how quickly an egg reproduces, right? So like, let's say she gets one fertile egg, right, with the main husband's seed, right? And they pack those babies together. Not literal babies, but I'm talking about like the egg and the sperm, right? They pack them together and then they said, "Hey, surrogate, hold this real quick." And then the main mom or a separate surrogate, right? Same egg, same sperm, and they're like, "Yo, check it. You hold this one real quick." And that was like a month in between, and bing bada boom, they're brother and sister, but 2 separate time periods.
Half brother, half sister. Well, no, I get what you're saying. Okay, you know what? Is it canon? Is it part of the story?
I don't know. They're
Hmm.
siblings. That's all I know.
There is somehow he's the older brother, but he's only a month older. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. If
Well, hold on.
that
It's in a magic society, society, like in a world, right? He could have been like born in a test tube with like their DNA. Think about that. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's how that worked out. That's not something I just made up. I'm pretty sure it was again egg and sperm, and they put it in a test tube, and they're like, "Hey, yo, bro, you gonna be genetically modified to be a super soldier," and then yeah, I honestly think that's what happened.
okay, fine. Let's say that's what it is. Why didn't the other kids question it? Because they were just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you're a month older." Nobody said anything about that. I was just like, "Yeah, you guys are just okay with this, huh? You guys are just cool with the statement he said." Like they didn't even question it. Like I'm questioning it the second he said it, right? But whatever. That's another here or there. Um, I so yeah, so their brother and sister, dude, he's super powerful, but he's trying to hide it. And they're at the school, and then at the school, there's two groups. There's the super smart, advanced kids, and then they're the idiots. They call them weeds and blooms or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. But that's
Blossoms,
like
whatever.
the racist term for them.
Right. So so yeah, they can do magic or whatever, and then um the little sister is in love with the guy, and that annoyed me because like every little thing she was like, big brother this, big brother that, or like when they were asking her like, hey, do you want to have lunch with us? She looks at him for like an answer. It's like, bro, you answer. They're asking you. They're not asking him. Like it was so annoying. That annoyed me. Um, the side characters, his harem, I like them for the most part. Because he clearly has a harem.
Mm-hmm.
Like episode one, he had a harem on. That's the other thing that annoyed me with the show, Hector, is just like how everybody is on this guy's dick. Everybody, like the
Guys and
second
girls.
this guy, the second this man walks in the room, oh my God, who is that? Ooh, who this and that? Like, bro, he just walked into the room. Like, yo, chill out. Like, he's not all that. Like I don't know. Like the one scene that's put like just like popping in my head was where they had that little fight in the schoolyard
Mm-hmm.
with the smart kids and the idiots, and the two girls from the smart kids. She's like, "Hey, we're sorry that happened. Dude, hey, you want to walk home with me? Like, you just met the guy. Like, you guys are barely spoke, and you're already here. Like, hey, take me home." I was like, "Yo, what's happening, dude? Like, this guy just has like the craziest mojo in the world, where he makes everybody just want to be on his balls." And that was just like, this is so annoying. Um, Even though I'm complaining about the harem stuff, I like the character, the girl with the red hair that has the stick. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
She's cool. Who else I liked? She's my favorite one of all of them. I don't really care for the rest. Um, yeah, I don't know, Hector. Like certain interactions I liked. I liked the whole thing where like the the racist people were like, "Hey, little sister, come hang out with us," and she doesn't want to. And then the whole fight thing that happened. I like how they end up joining the student council, and then they're like that's a whole thing with them, and like how he's not part of the student council, but he's part of the disciplinary group or whatever, because the idiots can't be part of the student council because they're idiots. Um, there's elements that I enjoy, but there's also the other stuff that I don't like. The harem stuff, the just how everybody thinks this guy's amazing. The just the the exposition that there is there, and just I don't know, something about this show. It's like I want to keep watching it, but it's like the show it's stepping on its own foot in a sense. Like it's like the show's like, hey, come here, and then the more closer I get, it's like pushing me back. You know, it's waving me in with one hand and pushing me back with the other. If that makes any sense. Um, I don't know. I really don't know about this show. I feel like I might have to give it some more episodes to really determine if I'm gonna keep watching it or not. It's clearly has a fan base because there's a whole nother season, right? That's airing now. So it's like, is it me? Is it me or is it the show? I don't know.
Are we seeing a new wave of 3 episodes for Rafa, and we'll be back to hear his impressions? Question mark.
Um, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna watch a few more episodes. I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it. As of right now, it would be if I would have to put it on a list somewhere, it would be more towards the bottom. You know, there's some other shows I'd rather watch than this because it's just again, I'm just so conflicted. I just really don't know where I want to be with the show right now. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm gonna have to give it some more episodes. I don't know, Hector. The show's just it's good, but it's bad at the same time.
Okay. No, yeah. I mean, I could see why some people don't like it. Some of the harem aspects definitely kind of. I'm like, eh. But other than that, like I think overall, I feel like I want to see you kind of definitely give it a few more episodes, maybe 2, maybe 3 more, and we'll see how it goes.
Right.
But other than that, Rafa, I think it's time that we get into the new animes, right? That we're going to be swapping with each other. But you know what's actually really kind of cool and kind of funky is that you had brought up an anime that you had previously liked with the new fall 2020 anime, and boy, oh boy, did you kind of piqued my interest when you said it. So there was an anime, the one with like the 30-year-old people who were trying to find love, and one of them was out of interest with women. And when you said that, I was like, "There's no way." He talked about a show that kind of reminds me of this. So the anime that I have for you for this week's anime swap is called Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Have you ever heard of that show?
I've seen the whole show. I've seen the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that show. It's a good show.
Dope, but unfortunate, really. So I'm gonna throw you a curveball then, and I'm gonna make you watch A Sister's All You Need.
Ooh, okay.
Have you watched this show?
I know I know the show. I think I saw the first episode and got annoyed, but I'll give it another shot.
That's what you get for watching the MMO Junkie. No, so essentially, A Sister's All You Need is about a lewd manga artist, right, who creates manga for a well-renowned kind of art company. And I could actually read you the synopsis, which would probably better explain what I'm trying to explain. Every day is full of fun, but something is missing. My life would be amazing if only I had a little sister. Why don't I have a little sister? These are the musings of little sister lover and novelist Itsuki Hashima, who only writes works featuring little sisters. Around him gather a number of unique people: genius author pervert Nayuda, female college student Miyako, illustrator Puriketsu, and the brutish tax accountant Ashley. Each of them hold their own worries, but live their peaceful daily lives while writing novels, playing video games, and drinking alcohol, as well as filling their tax returns. So yeah, I want to see you watch this. I want to hear you talk about it, and I'm not gonna say I have high hopes. I honestly don't think you're gonna like this, but I want to see if maybe this might be a pick that you are kind of surprised by, or maybe might get into. Because I do remember watching the show, and I do remember enjoying it for the most part. So yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. What I remember from the show is that I didn't enjoy it, but My memory could be wrong. I might be thinking about something else. Who knows? So I will give it a shot. Maybe my opinion has changed. Who knows? We will find out next week. The show that I have for you, and I hope you like the show because this is a very good show. If you do not like this show, Hector, there's something wrong with you. I'm telling you that right now. Okay? The name of this show, it is called, hopefully you haven't seen it. It is called Hina Matsuri.
I have not.
Good, good. It is a comedy slice of life show, okay? But my fellow companion Hector here, listen up, okay? So pretty much what the story revolves around this guy named Nita, Nitta. He is a member of the Yakuza, so he's a gangster. And he finds himself so he's living his life like a normal Yakuza member or whatever. And out of nowhere, one day he runs um into this girl named Hina, who has psychokinetic powers, meaning she can move things with her mind, right? And he kind of becomes her, in a sense, kind of like a father to her. Like he starts taking care of her, but like he kind of doesn't want to, but he kind of feels bad for her. He doesn't want to leave her on the street or whatever. So he's kind of like, dang, I can't let her be on the street, so I guess I'll take care of her pretty much. So he kind of becomes like her dad in a sense, and there's some twists and things like there's some things I'm kind of keeping out, not telling you that deal with her with Hina, the girl, like where she's from and the reason she showed up and things like that, like and why does she have powers and things like that. You find out throughout the story itself, but it's a very funny anime. It's a very heartwarming anime because it deals, with, like I said, this Yakuza member who's like taking care of this girl, and he's like, "Why am I even taking care of this girl, or whatever?" But then like she starts warming up to him. He actually eventually gets attached to her, and he wants to take care of her. Like, he wants to be like her dad and things like that. And then just hijinks and shenanigans ensue with Hina and the new other characters that end up showing up later on that relate to Hina. And it's such a fun watch. It's really funny. It is the funny when this anime aired. I watched this when it first aired. When it aired, this is one of the shows that I stuck with every week.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
yeah, I was there ready when the newest episode came out. It was the funniest anime that season, hands down. It was my favorite anime of that season when it originally came out. So, I hopefully you enjoyed as much as I did. The show has a lot of heart, and also it's very funny. It's very funny. It's really good humor. So,
Okay, I'm looking forward to it then. Okay.
yes, sir. That is my recommendation to you.
Whew. Well, that being said, everybody, we have finally reached the end of today's episode of episode 18. Hopefully you guys truly enjoyed it, and hopefully this is my hope for the future, guys, when you guys get to listen to this and have been, but I think at this point maybe one maybe two episodes into the fall 2020 season anime. Talk to us, let us know what you think about the fall 20 season, and as well as talk to us about the episode. Tell us what you want to have us talk about. Let us know what you want us to discuss, what you want us to argue about, because trust me, we can go on and on about anime.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to make some final plugs, Rafa, but before I do you have anything for the listeners?
I just want to say thank you so much to everybody listening on here today. I just want to do a really, really quick plug. of the other podcasts that I'm on. I have a podcast with two of my buddies. If you guys have been listening to us from the beginning, you already know who I'm talking about. Those knuckleheads over there, the McDonald hairline having guys over there. You already know who I'm talking about. Of course, it's the Geek Jar Boys, Alex and John. I am on the podcast with them, the Playing Pod, on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, where we talk about everything that is everything that is pop culture, movies, TV shows, mostly video games, anything that falls under that. We talk about it other than anime, because you know what I'm saying, we got the anime stuff on lockdown here. But if you're interested in anything else like what I just mentioned, we got you over there. The YouTube channel, it is Geekjar 3000. Okay, the actual podcast, it is called The Play and Pod. Go check it out, guys. We have a lot of fun every single Monday. It is out, ready to be listened, ready to be watched on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like I said before, go ahead and check it out, my fellers.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Trust me, guys, it's a good pod. Definitely go check it out. But other than those plugs, we got some more, guys. We got some more. And before I get into our plugs, I also want to finally plug our friends over at 3Up Prints, Rafa. 3upprints.com.
Yes,
they got some fire t-shirts. And as of this Monday, or actually, it is Monday, right? 10/6 or 10/5. They have released a brand new drop, a Halloween spooky season drop of t-shirts. So definitely go check those guys out. Check the website out. It's going to be in the link to the description. Wow. Check those guys out. It's going to be in the description down below. The link, you can just click it and it'll take you straight there to their website. Trust me, I need to go cop mine. Hopefully they last up until this Friday or even past that. So for those of you guys listening, can check it out as well. And Rafa,
I think before you continue, I think you have until the end of the month to get these drops. By the way, it is 4 different drops, right? It is a t-shirt. There's a black t-shirt with like a little campfire with a nice drawing on there. It's a sweater. Which says, it's called Monster Mash. There's a bunch of monsters dancing on there. And of course, there's a t-shirt and another sweater. Well, hoodies. Well, I said sweater, but they're both hoodies. It's a shirt and a hoodie with a 3Up logo on the shirt, but it is Halloween themed, dude. It's like blood splatter, man. It looks really really cool. I already bought my shirt yesterday. As soon as I get more moolah in my pocket, I'm gonna buy some more, dude.
I'm definitely gonna buy a sweater and a shirt, or a hoodie and a shirt. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, man, they have some really, really good stuff. I see. I have a little insight. I have a little in with some of the fellas working over there. So I've seen some of the stuff they're working on already ahead of time. All I'm gonna say is stay tuned, people.
Ooh.
Got some really good stuff coming up, and of course, grade A material, man. These guys, even though they're new on the block, they know what they're doing, man. Some really quality product they got going on here, guys. So go ahead and check them out. Show them that love, man.
It's definitely some heat, guys. But of course, we got to end this off on the right foot. If you guys enjoyed what you guys heard, either on Spotify, either on Apple Podcast, or of course our little home baby, YouTube.com, don't forget to leave a follow, a like, a share, a comment, do all them things. And if you want to be a part of the discussion, if you want to be a part of the topics that we discuss, tweet at us at either the Bento Boxcast, at either Ultra_V-Man, or finally Rafa's, which is Me Talk Anime. Woo! And don't forget the biggest one, guys. We want to grow this community, and of course we can't do it without a Discord. We have a Discord. Check it out. The link is in the description. Join that Discord, just like Evie did, like we said about, and we talked about them at the top of the show. And man, oh man, you can be a shout out too if you want to. Just join, just follow, just subscribe, just comment, because we do them things. Yes, sir. It has been an absolute pleasure being able to talk anime to you, Rafa. For you guys to listen, Rafa. And man, oh man. This is it, guys. Farewell. We'll see you next week. Can't wait. More to discuss, I promise. And yeah, ta-ta for now.
Bye.